Blessings all here from Paleo Mountain in Strange, Vermont, in very, very old New England. New England is high and dry. There's a lot of ridge tops that have a lot of rocks on them, and they run north and south. The walls that these people built ran north and south along the ridge tops. They developed a way of building walls that were astronomical in nature. They followed the sun and the moon and the stars through the sky using walls that ran along the ridge tops. That's just one of the things they did. They put a lot of geometry in the wall. See the serpent? There's the fangs right there. See that fang? I'd like to talk about how to read these things, these story stones. This here is actually a tool. It's an axe. The bottom of the axe, or the axe head, is down there. It's got the face of a giant on it. It's got the serpent on the head. There's another giant axe. There's another one over there. This here is a disc, and it stands up like that. It's flat and polished on the bottom. I found it under the ground about 2 feet, and it's definitely a disc, and it's an elongated shaped skull with a highly polished bottom on it. So it sits just like that, and it's a sculpture meant to sit just like that. And you read it by the shape. This one here, it's a nice piece of quartz, and it's got this profile on it. If you look closely, that would be the rattle serpent. There's a serpent that runs through the head. It's hard to see on this, but there's a bird. There's the temporal lobe right there, the pineal gland, right where the temporal lobe is. There's an owl there. The owl's wing is over this guy's eye. The owl's perched on the pineal gland. You can see its talons perched around it. And these are all in relief, these images. You can see the shadow on the back of the owl. It's in relief. It's three-dimensional. That stone was found inside a chamber in the serpent wall, along with, I'm going to show you, this is my first find right here, up here on the mountain. And it was found inside a chamber. I showed the chamber on one of my videos in the serpent wall. And this is a mammoth sculpture. It's not just a stone tool, it's a sculpture. You can see how it was worked on the bottom. And it's got that shape. See that shape? Everything has a purpose with these stones. And they're balanced and they're geometric. And they have these shapes in them. And the tusk on this thing was carved out in relief. It was carved out of the mammoth to make the tusk. It's even got a tail. That's one of the mammoths. This is another one. This is a greenstone mammoth. And you can see it has a waist. And this would have been an axe that would have had a handle on it. It's like that. And see how it's got the eye. This is where the mammoth has their glands, right at the temporal area. Here's another greenstone mammoth. This was a pendant. It has a hole going through it. It would have been worn around the, I guess, the neck. This one here is a buffalo, you can tell. Found in the same place. And you can see on the, it's a white quartz, but it has this matrix on it that sort of looks like a buffalo hide, which is why they made it into a buffalo, I'm sure. Look at that. Little tail. It's a nice stone. And that would have been a surface, a platform. It's got the platform shape. I call it the aircraft carrier shape. And they made large ones that they made grinding stones out of in that shape. There's an axe, a double-sided axe with the cats on it. And you can see how it's shaped and it's balanced. The same with this. This has the horse and the man, but it's shaped the same way, and it's a balanced stone. It's got that sacred geometry in it. Some stone tools. This is a knife. We got a lot of stone tools. This is a knife here. These people couldn't help but create art out of everything they did. This was found right up in the mound area. This little guy, that's a knife, very sharp. I always liked that figure. Found that strange stone in the wall. It's like a crystal point. We got skulls. A lot of crystal skulls here. We've got primitives. And if you're looking for stone tools, well, we have them. They're just not your normal stone tool, not the ones your grandfather used to collect. Look at this thing. It's got that elongated skull head on it. I found this one in a tree root. The tree roots, when the tree falls down, the roots expose some of the rocks that they've been carrying for all this time. Trees will actually absorb rocks up into them. This one is a recognizable tool. It's got a beveled edge. It's a gray quartz axe. Nice beveled edge. It's got this groove in it, and that's how they used to attach these things. They'd make grooves. I call them grooved axes. I got plenty of mammoths. Excuse me. Here's a pecked ground piece, very heavy stone. Probably held like that. Hand axe. The heavy hard stones they made elephants out of. I guess elephants were considered strong and heavy. This was found in the same hole as that one. And this is an elephant also. It's very old and ground down though. And it's an old artifact. When I found it, it must have been around a long time. So it looks like they've been using it. It's all worn down and it's an old elephant. Grandfather's stone. And they hid these things in these safe places in the walls. They would hide these stones. There's a bear and a man. This is an axe also. The person looking up. The bear on the head. It's a blue piece of quartz. That's an axe head right there, believe it or not. Piece of work of art. Keep hunting. Don't let a stone go by without looking at it. Just the act of looking can help you think. Learn how to think by seeing, using intuition. And it's a way of learning how to think differently and see things differently. And you'll see things in rocks that are very surprising. Elephants in Vermont. You find these things in your own backyard. I guarantee it. You'll find fossil teeth. That's what I think that is. You'll find bones, giant axes with giants on them, serpents coming right out of the stone. Bless you all from strange Vermont with the strange elephant stones. Bless you all.